Alright, Jason, here's a quick, I guess, introduction on how you're going to be doing some striping. So what you need is, you need to get the mineral spirits, which is odorless. You know, it doesn't stink as much as regular paint thinner, such as mineral spirits. And I always have another container where I put my waste. Just, you don't have to use this, you can use, laundry soap bottle. So you're going to buy these little cups, plastic cups from Walmart. And you're going to pour just half, about half in there. You're going to put it right there. So when you have your brush, and your brush is already trimmed and is ready to be painted, so you're going to need a magazine right here. So it's an old magazine, any kind of magazine, so that you can palette your brush. So then you open your paint, and you're going to dip your brush in the paint. So you don't want to put too much paint, so you want to take some of that paint off. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put on a magazine, and you're going to do this. This is called paletting. So what you're doing is you're pretty much making sure that the brush is full of paint. You're going to do your paletting, you're going to move it around until you get a lot of paint on the brush, on the full brush. And the mineral spirits works to thin out the paint. If the paint is too thick, it's not going to be as smooth when you're putting down your lines. And you'll learn how to feel the paint, and you can feel it on when you're dragging the brush. When you're doing this, this is called drag. So when you're paletting and dragging your brush, you're going to feel how thick it is, and if you need to add a little bit more mineral spirits, or if you need to add a little bit more paint, just dip it in there. A lot of the times you have too much paint on your brush when you're ready to pinstripe. So when you first are doing this, you got to make sure it's really thorough on the brush. So what I like to do is I put my finger right here and take some of the paint off, not all of it, but some of it off. Okay, so then you're going to use these two fingers to always make sure that it looks like a sword. So see, it's not too fat, it's not too skinny, it's just perfect. You know, it's not too heavy. So then what you're going to focus is you got a flat piece on your brush. So there's flat and there's a belly. Your flat always goes to your left, where your thumb is at. So once you do this, pretty much you're putting the paint on the tip of the brush. And you're going to use a piece of glass like this to practice. And what you do is you can put these 3 fingers down first, and then you're going to start with your line if you want to focus more or get up or something. So you're going to put it down like that, and you're just going to go down. You take your time when you're doing this. Now it's going to take you some time to get good at it, and you want to focus on your consistency, how thick the line is. You want it to be consistent all the way through and as straight as possible. Now on glass, it's a lot harder to pinstripe than on cars. But if you learn how to pinstripe on glass, it's going to be so much easier to do it once you get into the cars. So what you're going to do is just want to repeat the same line over and over again. Now if you notice, I use my left hand as well to kind of hold my hand, this hand, so I have a little bit more control of the brush. You can do it just one-handed too. It just depends, you know, how comfortable you are. I'm more comfortable using both hands. And that's pretty much. And then I always do this almost before every stroke, because then that makes my brush or my line start really thick as well. So you put it down, and you're just gonna pull all the way through. And that's all you need to do, pretty much. Just practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better you're gonna get. Don't ever stop practicing, even once you're good at it. You know, you have to keep practicing, and hopefully you get better, man. And happy birthday! This is gonna be a birthday present, so hopefully you can be good one day and teach me some tricks. Good job, Jay. Let me know how it goes.